This Holy Week, we've been looking at the places of the Passion. And so this evening, on Maundy Thursday, we'll be looking at the Garden of Gethsemane. Now, on Maundy Thursday, Jesus celebrated the Passover with his disciples in Jerusalem. And it's after they celebrated the Passover, after Jesus washed their feet and instituted the Lord's Supper, that they left Jerusalem, crossed the Kidron Valley at night, and entered the Garden of Gethsemane. Now, even today, there are some ancient olive trees over thousands of years old that are in the Garden of Gethsemane. There's these big, gnarly old trunks and roots and branches. And then we know, because it was Passover weekend, that there was a full moon shining over the valley that night. So can you imagine that scene? Jesus under the soft glow of the moon, under those gnarly old ancient branches, on his knees praying to God, "Father, if there is any other way, let this cup pass from me. But not my will, but your will be done." It's appropriate that the beginning of Jesus' suffering starts in a garden, because that's where the beginning of our suffering began, in the Garden of Eden. After Adam and Eve had sinned against God and plunged our world into the darkness of sin. However, what's remarkable in that moment is that God does not abandon Adam and Eve. He still covers them with his love. Even though they made a terrible mistake, he not only covers them with his love, but he covers them with these special handmade garments made by God himself, so that they would be protected and loved as they went out from that garden into a cursed world. Jesus received no such treatment. In fact, this night, Maundy Thursday, marks the beginning of Jesus' abandonment. And there's a special ceremony we'll observe tonight called the stripping of the altar, as a solemn reminder of Jesus' abandonment. See, the altar behind me is a symbol of Christ's presence here in the church. And so, as a solemn reminder of how Jesus had all good things stripped away from him, tonight we'll be taking those things off of the altar. It'll begin with the flowers. That beautiful picture of life, these flowers are taken away as Jesus' life begins to wither away. The candles that remind us that Jesus is the light of the world are taken off as Jesus was swallowed into darkness. The offering plates, often filled with our gifts for God, are taken away as a reminder that Jesus' life and death is the perfect offering to God in our place. Finally, even those cloths that cover the altar will be stripped away. A sad reminder of how Jesus was stripped of everything, even his friends in the garden, and left entirely barren and exposed. Why did Jesus go through all this? Oh, it was for us, so that we, like Adam and Eve, could be embraced, surrounded, and clothed with God's love, his forgiveness, and his blessing. Amen.